A beautiful island off the African coast would be a dream destination for holidaymakers. But a bomb at the airport diverts two jumbos to a tiny airstrip. In just 8 minutes, the worst aviation accident of all time takes the lives of 583 people. The Canary Islands, Tenerife. Sunday, March the 27th, 1977. Los Rodeos is the island's sleepy airport in the hills. It's not used to heavy traffic and normally handles just a few small planes a day. But this is no ordinary day. 12 noon. After an overnight flight from Los Angeles, Pan Am's flight 1736 is just 2 hours away from the Canary Islands. They're heading for Gran Canaria, the third largest of 7 Canary Islands, known for their stunning scenery. But as beautiful as the islands are, they also harbor a number of terrorist groups, eager to free the islands from Spanish rule. 12:30 p.m. Suddenly, Pan Am's captain, Victor Grubbs, receives an urgent message from air traffic control. A bomb has exploded at Gran Canaria Airport where he's due to land. He must now head for Los Rodeos Airport on the nearby island of Tenerife. 1:38 p.m. Pan Am 747 is not the only plane diverted because of the bomb. Another jumbo, KLM Flight 4805 from Amsterdam, is also diverted to Tenerife's Los Rodeos Airport. It touches down ahead of the Pan Am plane. 3 other diverted planes are already on the ground. Tenerife Airport is small. There's only one airstrip, and the air traffic controllers are not used to so many aircraft, let alone jumbo jets. And it's Sunday, so only 2 controllers are on duty. The passengers on the KLM plane set off towards the airport lounge to relax. 2:15. The Pan Am 747 touches down. It joins the KLM on the tarmac, waiting for Gran Canaria's airport to reopen. Gran Canaria is just a 25-minute hop away, but it could be some time before police there declare the airport safe from bombs. No one knows how long they'll be kept here. Tenerife's Los Rodeos Airport is situated in a valley, in the shadow of the great Mount Teide, the 3rd largest volcano on Earth. Teide dominates the island and even influences the weather. So far today, the sun is shining, but conditions can change at any moment. The airport is at an altitude of 632 meters above sea level. Low-lying clouds frequently roll down the mountains, shrouding the airport in heavy fog. But when the Pan Am plane lands, weather isn't a problem. Los Rodeos Airport opened in 1941. Facilities are severely limited. There's no radar to monitor planes on the ground. And today the runway center lights are out of service. With 5 big jets now diverted there as well, the airport can barely cope. The departure lounge is overcrowded. Passengers inside the Pan Am Jumbo are not allowed to leave the plane. 2:30 p.m. Police in Gran Canaria have cleared the bomb, and the passengers think they'll soon be able to get to their destination and start their vacations. But even though the Pan Am plane is ready to take off, it can't. The KLM Jumbo ahead of it on the taxiway is refueling. Filling the Jumbo with 55,000 liters of fuel will take 30 minutes. The Pan Am is forced to wait. At 4:56 p.m., KLM's most senior pilot, Captain Jacob van Zanten, requests permission to taxi. 2 minutes later, air traffic control gives the go-ahead. The KLM 4805 taxis down the runway. There are 248 passengers and crew on board. The air traffic controllers instruct the pilots to proceed to the end of the airstrip, make a 180-degree turn, and wait for clearance to take off. Visibility is now down to 300 meters. None of the air traffic controllers can see the planes that they're directing. They are now totally reliant on communicating by radio. 5:02 p.m. The controllers give Pan Am permission to taxi onto the runway right behind the KLM. The Pan Am pilots are then told to turn off at the 3rd exit and wait. Conditions are getting worse by the second. 5:04. The KLM is completing its 180-degree turn and getting into position for takeoff. The Pan Am is still taxiing towards the KLM along the runway. The pilot and co-pilot are trying to find the third exit, but they're not familiar with the airport and can barely see out of their cockpit windows. 5:05. The KLM is in position. After a delay of 3.5 hours, Captain Van Zanten is finally ready to leave. 5:06. Captain Van Zanten releases the brakes. The 747 starts heading down the runway towards the Pan Am, which is still on the airstrip, just 1,400 meters up ahead. 5:06 and 18 seconds. The control tower tells the KLM crew to wait, but they don't. Instead, Captain Van Zanten accelerates the KLM Jumbo down the runway. The Pan Am co-pilot looks out of the window and is horrified by what he sees. The 300,000-kilogram KLM Jumbo is heading straight towards him. The Pan Am has 394 passengers and crew on board. Their only chance is to get out of the way as quickly as possible. Pan Am's Captain Grubbs forces the engines to full throttle. He tries to move the 747 out of the way, but it's too late. 5:06 and 50 seconds. The KLM smashes into the American Jumbo at 290 kilometers per hour. These first news pictures show the firefighters tackling the blaze which has engulfed the KLM. They can't find any survivors. Because of the fog, they have no idea that just 450 meters up the runway, the Pan Am Jumbo is also in flames, with hundreds of people still on board. Of 396 people on board, there are just 61 survivors. Everybody on the KLM 747 and most of those on the Pan Am have perished in the crash. It's the worst aviation accident in history. In all, 583 people have lost their lives. Investigators must answer many questions. Why was the Pan Am Jumbo still on the runway? Was there another bomb? Using their official data, we can piece together the deadly chain of events. The first task is to find the black boxes. They contain vital voice recordings from inside both cockpits, as well as all the technical data. The investigators soon recover them, but there's a setback. The boxes are badly damaged. It may take weeks to decipher the recordings. In the meantime, investigators have to rely on the next best thing, the tapes from the air traffic control tower. The investigators listen intently to the final moments before the crash.